and take this variable and bring it down here, and then replace yes with this. Then we can ask, was it a long distance call? And take this variable and put it down here. And what we still have to do is keep these two variables up here because they are fixed variables. The cost per minute you can't change unless you change your monthly plan. Now we have to keep these variables here because they are fixed costs, so you cannot change the cost per minute unless you have another plan. And this total cost also has to remain 0 at the beginning because you still have to declare it, even and the user cannot change that. You can only change it depending on these three variables. So now we can run the program and we can see what happens. How many minutes was your call? I'll write 7. Was it a night call? No. And was it a long distance call? Yes. And now it tells me my total charge was 11.5. Now we'll try it with another set of variables. Again, 7. Was a night call? Yes. And was it a long distance call? Yes. And now you see this has become $0. Now I would like you to use what we've learned here to create a quiz with about 5 questions. Something you might find useful when making this quiz is this bit right here. If you don't want to create, or if you want to create 2 lines of text, so if you have your question and then you have your multiple answer underneath, and you don't want to do system.out.println like 5 times, what you can do is inside these brackets you can make a /n, and that will basically make a new line. So if you do /n hello, and then we'll run it, and then you see it says how many minutes was your call, and then the next line it says hello. So that might be a little useful tip. Another useful tip is this. If, say, your question either has 2 answers or it's fiddly because the person using the quiz does a capital A or a lowercase a and all that, you can use these little symbols here. This basically means and. So if night dot equals yes and night dot equals no, then do this. So now it's saying if night equals both yes and no, which of course it can't, do this. And now we can use another one, and it's the 2 straight lines, and that means or. So that means if the night dot equals yes or night dot equals no, so if I type yes it will do this, and if I type no it will do this, then go to this. That is another useful little tip. Now pause the video, make your little quiz, and then we'll go through mine. Now this is how I made my quiz. First I imported the scanner, then I declared the variable total score, which I declared as 0. And then I declared the scanner. And then I made my first question. System.out.println, can energy be created or destroyed? New line a.always, new line b.never, new line c.sometimes, and new line n.mostly. So what that will do is it will present the question like this. First question and then all the options underneath. Then I put the I declared the variable ans1, which is short for answer1, and I wrote if answer1 dot equals b, b being the right answer, do this: system.out.println correct, telling your user that they are correct, and adding 1 to the total score. So you've got one question right, so the total score goes +1. Else, so if they type something and the answer is not B, then it goes to this and says incorrect, the answer was B. Now what you can do here, and so the user doesn't get confused between capital and lowercase b, is or ans1 dot equals b. And now it's saying if it's either a lowercase b or capital B, then the question will be correct. What it then did was basically copy and pasted this template and put it again 7 times, each time with a new question with new answers. So essentially I just do the same thing over and over again until I reach the bottom. Now it's saying if the total score is lower than or equal to 7 and total score is higher than or equal to 6, so it's either 6 or 7, then it says system.out.println your final score is, then I write down the total score, which is the score they have achieved out of 7. Well done. And I have this for scores between 5 and 4, and that says average, and then 3 and 2, that's pretty bad, and then if it's 1 or less than 1, then the total score is terrible and it says that was a fail. Now I've already run the quiz, so the first question is up. Can energy be created or destroyed? Never. I'm just going to run through this quiz quickly so that I can show you the end result. And it says correct, your final score is 6 out of 7. Well done. Thank you for watching my video tutorial on Java for Beginners Part 3. If you wish to advance, click on the link for Part 4.